Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
What is it?
Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
Oh my God.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
And I am the voice of the voiceless.
And there is no one that does it better.
The Guy and Harley podcast, streaming all over your face.
Perhaps that was the most important part.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Pigville on the internet.
You can board up your windows. You can lock up your doors. Yeah, but you can't keep washing your hands of this shit anymore. When all the king's sources and all the king's friends don't know their asses from their pathogens. When life is a prison and death is the door. This ain't a warning. This is a war. War. This is a war. Welcome along to the Guy and Harley podcast. My name is Harley Neville.
And I'm Guy Pigden, and that was Bring Me the Horizon from their new album. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, here we go.
No, this is Bring Me the Horizon from their new album, Parasite Eve. You're fucking welcome, everyone. You're welcome.
So there you go. You've tuned into it obviously since we last spoke on the show about Bring Me the Horizon.
No, I've just heard you say that so many times at the start of the podcast that I just remembered it.
No, I've only done one Bring Me the Horizon.
Well, you must have done more than that because there's no way.
Normally I do Enter Shikari. That's weird. That's weird that you remembered that.
Yeah. So, welcome along to the Guy and Harley podcast. Now, if you're tuning into the premiere of No Caller ID, you'll miss the start of the Guy and Harley podcast because it's going right now. There's approximately 2 minutes left. But don't worry, because we're going to do a live play of that here.
Yeah.
We're going to try. We're doing some experimentations. We're trying to introduce new things. It's becoming a real TV show, complete with cutaway segments. So we're going to try and cut it away to that on the live stream, and you guys can watch that and discuss.
Yeah. Oh shit. Here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Did the music play at the beginning of the show or not?
Definitely did.
It did?
Well, I could hear it.
Okay.
So I'm confident. I'm quietly confident.
Right. Cool. That's a debut right there, people. This is a Guy and Harley milestone. Played the intro on the live stream.
Brilliant.
Figured it out.
Brilliant.
We figured it out.
So welcome along to the Guy and Harley podcast. And we should probably just do our regular COVID update.
Oh, okay. I thought we had exciting updates.
Well, we've got a few things
related
going on.
To these.
But
yeah.
But we should just talk a little bit about COVID. So now we're on
favorite. You love it.
We're
We're
on. Well, there's some interesting developments happening.
I'm like fucking COVID. I'm so bored of COVID.
Well, no one else is. Everyone else is on the edge. Everyone else is at home. Listening.
Remember when it was like Kilconey?
Yeah.
You know, Kilconey 2012.
Yep.
You know, like I thought this was going to come and go, like Kilconey.
You really thought it was
this whole COVID thing?
In a teapot, and it was
I
just going to
all
blow
just
over
gonna come
by
and
now.
go. Yeah, I'm really bored of it.
So in New Zealand, as people know, we have not had any. Like, it's all been good for us. We had our big lockdown, and that lockdown successfully prevented community transmission. And so we were very fortunate that we could open most things up except our borders. We don't want anyone coming in except people that have a right to live here. But that has unfortunately introduced some layabouts and some scallywags.
Yes, it has.
And some abusers of the system. And so there was another scandal, because it's all our COVID-related scandals are around the border. And some guy left who later was tested positive. He had flown in from India, and he was just hanging out, having a smoke in the hotel, and spotted that there was a gap in the fence, walked right through it, went to Countdown for 50 minutes, bought some things, and then came back and then tested positive for COVID-19. This was in the center of the city. So this was like at the heart of Auckland. And this ass who was not satisfied with 3 meals a day served to him, brought to him, felt that he had to nip off to the supermarket, as for someone put it on Twitter, for a pie and a V. And
disregard for not being here for the lockdown, probably, presumably,
wasn't here
and then
that.
coming here and just not even like taking it seriously enough, being like, so I could have COVID for sure. This is what we're keeping me out at the border for, but I'm just going to go for a walk into this busy place anyway, because fuck you all. Fuck everybody.
Well, the audacity and the ego, because he also hadn't been tested yet, so it wasn't even that.
Exactly.
Like it's one thing if
it's like, take it seriously, man.
If it'd been tested,
we had to do this shit. You fucking coming home.
If he did,
pissing me off.
If he tested negative, and then he did that, you'd be like, well,
Yeah.
You at least sympathize with the idea that he thought he was safe. But in this instance, it's like, oh, no, he was absolutely endangering everyone around him. And
give that son of a bitch the 6 months.
And the
$4,000 fine.
So that's the 2 things that you can get: up to 6 months in prison, or a $4,000 fine, or up to $4,000 fine. We should punish him to the full extent of the law on this one. He should go into jail for 6 months just so he learns to stay inside where he's told, without his privileges, without his pie and V. But it is very disappointing. But I think it's also, that's a reflection on humanity and our own selfish ways, our own sort of desires. Unfortunately, it's not a Star Trek Vulcan situation where the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. The needs of the few are always like, but what about my needs? I want to go. I'm craving a pie, and all this 4-star meals that have been served to me has not been a pie and a V, and I'm just dying for a pie and a V. That's all I want. I'll just nip off to the supermarket. But it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that
it feels like quite a Kiwi thing to do.
It is a classic Kiwi thing to do. But he didn't actually get a pie and a V. That's just been
right.
I can't remember what he.
I like to think he did. I like to think he did.
But it was also like he was off for 50 minutes, which is a long time. And the other thing is
just enjoying being.
What I thought was interesting is that the might of the military in New Zealand was undone by a strong wind that blew the fence ajar. The full might of the military. The military has been mobilized to keep New Zealand's borders safe, to keep everyone in quarantine. Apparently they had security guards on every level of the hotel, plus, this fence around. And someone just still walks out a little gap in the fence. Hey guys, how you doing? Good. Hey, you're not one of those people with COVID, are you? Nah. Sweet. See you later. So
have a goodie.
Have a good one. Officer Dewey reporting for duty, sir. So anyway, like, that's funny. But I also thought, and hopefully, obviously, because they had to shut down the countdown. So this one dopey dude shut down an entire thing to have to be cleaned and decontaminated because he wanted his pie and a V, and recklessly endangered everyone that went to countdown that day potentially. Because guaranteed apparently they're scouring the CCTV. Guaranteed he picked something up and put it back on the shelf. He did.
Oh yeah.
He did.
Somebody took that home. He'd be like, every time if I'm buying an apple, I don't necessarily buy the first one I grab. You got to. The thing about an apple is you got to pick it up to check it out. You can't tell what's on the other side without picking it up.
You want
You got to get. How does it feel?
Apparently,
sometimes you give it a wee chuck. See, get the catch. You get a nice catch with an apple. You go
firm in the hand.
Yeah, that's how you tell if it's good.
So,
Nice catching sound.
But I did think it was interesting that it just shows like the precarious situation that New Zealand is in. Like this tipping point.
Well, I ain't going back in the fucking hole, man. I ain't doing it.
This precipice that we're on, where it's like at the moment today, life is normal for most of us. You know, for those who haven't lost their jobs and are unemployed and have not worked in months. But life is normal,
like me.
Right? Yeah. You can walk out, the sun is shining, or it's not, it's rainy, but you get the idea.
It's literally hailing.
You can go to a restaurant, you can go to a bar, you can have a meal, you can go to your job. You don't have to social distance. You can have social gathering. You can do all those things, but it just takes one man to bring the nation to its knees again.
Yeah, well, not on my watch, motherfucker.
And that, I guess that's the thing though, right? Because this is the second instance. They also reported that some lady just disappeared for 2 hours and then was found nearby. Same thing, sort of in Queen Street.
How hard is this? Just follow the bloody rules.
Yep. Well, it just comes down to people not giving a shit. Really, doesn't it?
That's the problem. It goes to show this COVID thing has revealed a lot about humanity. Still figuring it all out, but very interesting.
The selfishness of these people. So
but the good stories as well.
Yeah,
there's good and bad stories. There's all sorts of interesting stories coming out of this. But yeah, you do see some scumbags come out of the works, don't you?
But yeah, I think that's the scary
times of peril.
That's the scary thing, is that
the collaborators.
We are still in peril, and it only takes one dummy to
we live in peril,
undo all that good work.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the COVID update, and also we should
just
say that Melbourne has just gone back into lockdown for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So full lockdown for Melbourne, which is where my sister lives. She was thinking about she might be going back to work soon. You know, everything's open back up. Suddenly, community transmission in Melbourne, 6 weeks shutdown of everything. Go home. Do not do anything. Do not pass go. Do not restart your job again. Could happen to us.
Could. So shout out to Niam Hegedy over there, 5150 listener, 6160 listener, CD160 listener, Niam Hegedy.
And sadly for Niam, I think, you know, the great tragedy of his life is that he's been able to work from home this whole time. You know, whereas so it's no relaxing time off, you know, just chilling, eating pizza, playing PlayStation. He's actually had to work at home. So, you know, our condolences to him and his situation.
Yeah. Well, good that we shout out to Niam Hegedy then. Going back in the hole, 6 more weeks.
6 more weeks.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I could handle that. It was just going on walks nowhere when there was just with nobody, you know, with nothing to do, and then getting there and doing nothing.
Well,
you know, watching all these other people in their little happy bubbles, bouncing around, kicking balls, and I couldn't even touch their dogs.
Yeah.
Because they weren't from my bubbles. I was just another like shifty looking man hanging around parks at dusk. All on his lonesome.
Well, I mean,
if he causes an outbreak, we need to throw the book at that motherfucker.
Well, the
$4,000 fine can cover his stay in prison, which will be about $50,000, I think, for 6 months.
The key,
so it can go towards that.
The key would be to join someone's bubble this time, Harley. That would be the key.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd love to.
Sorry, mate, my bubble's full.
My
bubble's full up, but I'm sure someone will take pity on you. I'm sure someone will.
If the listeners would like to slide into my DMs, we can arrange something.
And you'll slide into their bubble.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully.
But hopefully it won't come to that, because there'll be no more pies and V's, and the might of the New Zealand military will prevail with stronger fences that do not blow ajar in the wind. Thank you. Thank you to our heroes who are making sure that the fences stay secure. Thank you. So we should talk about no caller ID.
Yeah, we've actually got lots of exciting bits and pieces happening at the moment.
And we're running out of time because my computer is battery is draining by the minute.
No.
So we are definitely
Okay.
definitely on the decline in that respect.
All right. Good. Cool. So I guess so no caller ID. The world, not really even the world premiere, just the Pigville YouTube channel premiere of No Caller ID just happened at 7:30 to much furore and celebration, and so that's had 6 views so far. No, the 6 thumbs up. That's pretty good. But we were thinking that we could play this somehow. But yeah, this is the award-winning short film. There we go, 2 views. That's not bad because I've only watched it 2 times
had it on
myself.
repeat. You've had time to play it twice, so it's doing well. It's been met with people are really interested in it.
Yeah.
They're really engaged with that premiere. So that is definitely good to see. So yeah, I think should we play it now? Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, well, I guess we should explain what it is. So it's No Caller ID, and this is our won the award at a Night of Horror best short film at a Night of Horror film festival, and then kind of opened doors for us, I think, in the way that it led to perhaps the opportunity to make a web series called Harrow afterwards, because this film was so good and got so much attention. And then it's had this big long festival run ever since, and we've never been able to put it online because it's always had to go to these festivals and do all of that stuff. And it kept on getting extended. People would see it at a festival and then ask us to submit it, and they'd waive the fee, and so to get accepted into other festivals, and it just kept on playing, and it was really cool. But we never put it online, and then we put it online in some other places, and now we finally get to put it online here at our place. So we thought, as an experiment, let's play it live on the show and see if we can make this work.
Okay, so we're just gonna roll right into it, I reckon.
All right.
So yep, this was a film we shot for $200, sort of, if you don't count the post-production, which cost a little bit more than that, but like for the sake of this. Just a couple of people roaming around in the house and trying to make things look cool.
That story behind it as well is like, the reason why we shot it was so so cheap and all that type of thing was because it was meant to be a part of Older, which is also, we've got some news about that too. So
yes, we do.
Yeah, so that's all quite interesting that it's all coming together at the same time.
It's all coming together 4 years later when we so this was filmed in 2016, but yeah, we'll cut to it now and then we'll come back afterwards. So enjoy.
Hey, shh. What's the matter with you?
you at this hour, but we've just had an alarm activation coming from your living room sensor.
Well, I'm afraid there must be some kind of mistake. Our alarm's been permanently disconnected.
But you are Heather Wallace of 3A Fern Road?
Yes, but as I said, the alarm's been disconnected.
Well, that's unfortunate, Heather. At Regis Security, our client's safety is our utmost priority. Our guards attend to any alarm activations within 10 minutes, or the call-out is free of charge. We offer 24/7 around-the-clock alarm monitoring.
Well, that's great, but I have no interest in paying for an alarm to be monitored that I don't use. And clearly there's been a mistake.
Maybe it was a ghost.
What?
A ghost alarm. Sometimes we receive signals from old sites that are still logged in our system. Do you believe in ghosts, Heather? It is Friday the 13th, after all.
It's 2 in the morning. How did you get these details?
They must have been in our database from the previous owner of the house.
But you said my name.
I apologize for the inconvenience, Heather. Enjoy the rest of your night.
What is it? I told you there's nothing there.
You have dialed 111 emergency. Fire, ambulance, or police.
Police.
Connecting you to the police. Please stay on the line. You've been put through to police dispatch. Where is your emergency?
My name is Heather Wallace. I'm at 3A Fern Road, Western Springs. There's an intruder at my house and he's got a knife.
Okay, Heather, just stay calm. I'm dispatching a police unit to your address. Can you give me a description of the intruder?
He's wearing a Halloween mask. Tall, dressed all in black. He's got a knife. Please hurry.
And where are you in the house? Hello, Heather? Are you still there? Heather, can you respond? I need you to stay on the line with me until a unit arrives. Are you in immediate danger? this is very important, Heather. Where are you in the house exactly?
I made a panel under the stairs.
Thank you, Heather. For a second there, we thought we weren't going to be able to find you.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
There we have it. No caller ID. So hopefully that played for you guys all good.
Jesus, how about a queue, guy? I didn't know we were going live
What do
again.
you mean, how about a queue? Like, look at the screen.
Picking my nose and shit.
You gotta pay attention to what's going on. It's the end of the film.
Yeah. You go, all right, coming out. You know, you're like, all right, cool. 5 minutes till we're live. And then you're like, 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
It doesn't actually tell me how long that is. It
3,
just plays it.
2, and 1.
So we're back, and that was a little experiment. We thought we'd try and play that live, and
it totally fucking worked.
See and sort of see how it went. So hopefully it was all good.
Yeah.
Nocturnal says he thought it was a happy ending. Depends how annoying you found that lady, Heather Wallace.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a very fun film to make, because it was easy to, like, it was all short films are hard, but it was easy because it was small. The hardest part of that, well, there was two hard parts. The hardest part of that for me was going to work afterwards. So we filmed for a huge day or day night or something like that. And then I had to go to work at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or something like that. And I was absolutely knackered. And then I had to stay up all night. And I was just completely destroyed, like falling asleep at work. Because if you know anything about filming, you know that it's pretty energy sapping. And so having to do that was tricky. And the other bit that was super hard was cleaning up our downstairs to make it look nice and clean. That was also a big challenge, as I recall. There's a lot of washing up going on, a lot of dishes being put away that normally stay there. So those are the cool. And we also had Adam St. John, who was a long-term friend and director of photography, come over and film that. So, you know, the reason it looks so good, it's like, oh, $200. It's like, well, I mean, he probably had sort of $10,000 worth of gear that he was using. So $200 is a slight exaggeration. But, yeah, so that was No Caller ID. And hopefully may play a few bits and pieces on the podcast like that now that we figured out how to do it.
Figured out how to do it, yeah. Well, it's a bit of a shit that we sort of had to rush into it, really, because, you know, it would have been nice to have built up and told a bit more about it and so on. But Guy's battery is dying.
My battery is at 10%.
The battery's at 10%. So the debut was rushed through a little bit there, but we got through it, and that's very important. So that was No Caller ID.
Well, what else?
Well, I believe that you made a wager.
I did.
Last episode. A wager of some
it was funny because because I was going to bet money. Money was coming your way, except that you weren't a gambling man. You didn't want to put up any money. And that's the thing. So, you know, that was the thing, is that I wanted to put up money. I said, we're not going to be able to put it in a Dropbox because I already asked. This was, so what happened essentially is we've created a new feature film, Older. We've created the deliverables for it. We sent it away. It got sent to their old address and sent back, and no one knew, and we wasted 6 weeks. And so the plan B was to resend it again. But Harley said, well, why don't you just send it to them over Dropbox? And I was like, yeah, well, I already asked them to do that, and they said no. So I feel like they're just going to say no again. And I'll bet you money on it. And you're like, well, let's not bet any money, but why don't you just ask him? I was like, oh, look, I'll ask him. But fucking forget it. It's not happening. All right? Give up. Give up on that. And I asked them.
Well, you said you already knew the answer was no.
Answer was no.
You said that you wouldn't be able to send it digitally, but you'd ask anyway, even though you already knew the answer.
Yeah.
But your belief was essentially that it was because they thought little of the film and it was not priority enough, and so on, and which I didn't agree with. But it was, and that it was just the lockdown. So yeah, you saved a few dollars there. But what is the update? So you emailed them, and what did they say?
So I emailed them. They said, "Yep, put it in the Dropbox." I tried to put it in the Dropbox. It did not work. Now, and then I had noticed a very strange thing. I paid for the additional, like the Dropbox upgrade, and suddenly everything worked. Suddenly it all came together, and yet there should have been no reason that I couldn't upload it without paying that extra money. There was no limitation on what I could upload to their Dropbox, and yet all my problems were solved when I started paying Dropbox a shit ton more money. And
so you're just suggesting that they give preferential service to paying customers.
What I say is they're perhaps even inhibiting their free service in a way to make you sign up. I really don't like Dropbox, and now I have to pay extra for it. So anyway, got it uploaded.
I don't like it either.
It's terrible.
Keep syncing my dick pics with my work folders.
Yeah, and it's very
no good.
Very confusing.
It's very confusing. I've lost a lot of jobs this way.
Yeah. Very embarrassing.
Fucking Dropbox. Very embarrassing.
So
I should really cull some of my dick pics.
I mean, you should really stop uploading your dick pics to your Dropbox. I mean, what do you want to do? Do you really need to save them? Why don't you just look?
No, I mean, they're all
like
over my phone.
Looking down.
No, I mean they're on my phone, and then it automatically puts them onto Dropbox.
Auto sync.
Yeah, it's like I don't want them on Dropbox.
Turn off auto sync, Harley.
Yeah, I gotta figure this out.
Turn off auto dick sync, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So. But with all of this all came together in the end, scandals about Dropbox aside.
Scandals about Dropbox aside. Conspiracy theories about Dropbox. You're a conspiracy theorist about the president. I think that Dropbox is inhibiting their free service. That's as far as my conspiracy goes.
All right. And Amazon, anyway, wants... so what's happening?
So
give the bloody answer.
So essentially what they said was, you did a amazing job with the deliverables. Thank you very much, Guy Pigden, because I did those. And actually also thank you very much, Tyler Adams, because he helped me do those.
Yeah.
So can't really take all the credit at all. In fact, couldn't have done it without him. So thank you very much, Tyler. So they said, yep, you've done an amazing job. So we want to get it up there as soon as possible. And it will be coming to Amazon very, very soon. Really very soon. So they want to get it on Amazon ASAP, and it's going to be available in all English-speaking territories.
Yeah,
on
so that's
Amazon.
exciting. So we're talking. Can we indicate how long we think it's going to be before this thing might be available?
Well, it's going to be a short period of time. Perhaps,
but we can only speculate as to the exact amount of time
at
the moment.
We can only speculate. But the ball is rolling.
But it's safe to say that it's going to be sudden, perhaps.
Abruptly releasing.
Yes.
Shall we say?
So, yeah.
Well, it's pretty fucking crazy if you think about it, because at the end of the day, it's been the 7-year journey, the 7-year odyssey, and everything has taken longer than we thought it would. Everything has taken additional time. Everything has been delayed and postponed. And suddenly something actually happens really quickly, and you're like, oh, hang on a second. this isn't what happens with this film. I'm not
Yeah.
ready. I'm unprepared. I've slowed my pace down to this 7 year hurry up and wait situation, and now you're just saying hurry up.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, it's exciting times.
Coming soon to Amazon near you. So yeah, that's what's going on there. But obviously, it's very exciting to be nearing the release of that 7-year journey, scratching that 7-year itch. The 7-year itch being making an independent film.
Yeah, 7 years. Yeah, that's a lot of years to be working on one film. But it is cool that it's going to be out. I'm a little bit concerned about the lack of time to market it when you consider the fact that we're halfway through trying to market Immy the Vegan, which is coming out on July 20th, and we're having a world premiere on July 19th at a cinema here in Auckland. And we're halfway through that, and how can we like, this has taken ages to get to the point where we're like releasing things and doing all this stuff, and we might suddenly be kind of needing to do all of that.
Yes, all at once. We haven't shot any interviews for the behind the scenes documentary, and also have not made the behind the scenes documentary. We have not recorded Pigville commentary yet, which we will also have to do. So there's lots of things to do, and there is very little time to do it. But because we are self-releasing, we will also be deciding some of those things ourselves, and how we'll be making it available through our Vimeo channel for people as well.
Well, you mean in New Zealand?
In New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming out internationally, but it's not coming out in New Zealand, apart from through us.
That's right. It is coming out via us.
It is coming out. Yeah.
Via.
So it's going to have a wide distribution to our YouTube channels and Vimeo. Yeah.
Mate, that's the entire internet you're talking about.
Yeah. It's good.
But yes. Well, it'll be interesting to see.
No, it'll be on iTunes as well, probably.
Yes. Well, I think Amazon will be the first port of call, and then maybe a bunch of other ones, by the sounds of it. So yeah, we're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting journey. This we have always been independent filmmakers, but this is the first film that we will be truly independently doing in all facets. For the zombie film, I Survived a Zombie Holocaust, our first feature film, that was sort of given away at the end. Quite literally, you might say, given away for no money for us. And that was tricky because that took 5 years to make. And many people did make money off that, but not the people that needed it, the ones that, not the makers. And so we're hoping that we don't fall down the same pitfalls as we did with that one.
Yeah, well, so we'll keep you posted about that, I guess.
Yep, we will indeed keep you posted.
Yeah, so this is all breaking news, by the way. This is all news. It's all news to us. It's all happening at the same time.
The news broke because we got the email this morning about it. That's how breaking it is.
That's how fresh it is, and that's kind of why, as well, No Caller ID kind of got just sort of suddenly, abruptly released on the internet tonight, and that was because we've got so much shit we've got to kind of get out and get on with. So, like things like that, and now older marketing a feature film. I thought we'd have a little more warning,
Well, you did have 7 years. I mean, no offense, but we've had actually some time to do a bit of prep on this. So if we haven't done any of that, we really have to look inwards at ourselves. Well, everything is breaking up. It's time to wrap this podcast up because I'm at 4% battery and things are going badly now. Yeah, shit. Everything's rocking, and like the computer's about to explode, and I'm in the studio, and it's not good. So we better wrap things up.
Yeah.